So today is the 29th of August and it's our first summery day this summer. We're all wearing short sleeves. We were outside on deck this morning cleaning stainless steel and it's a lovely day out there, finally. We're having some summer.
The temperature is not that warm, it just feels warm.
When the sun shines.
Yeah. We're heading easterly in the night inlet in the Broughtons in British Columbia. Amazing weather, amazing scenery, flat calm, the winds are like 2 knots. It's super.
Perfect sailing.
Did I say it was super?
I heard that, yes.
Well, back to reality. So, like much of our travel as we came south, there was a lot of fog. This episode is about us leaving Port McNeil and making our way to Anacortes. As we left Port McNeil to head up into the Broughtons, we were negotiating through thick fog, even with vessels that had no AIS.
They just would kind of appear out of the gloom or out of the fog and take us by surprise. But the biggest surprise was seeing these orcas. They also appeared out of nowhere, and I had to run onto the foredeck to try and get some footage. So that was really nice for us to see.
After we had seen the orcas, we carried on up into the Broughtons. One of the things was it was pretty spectacular though, wasn't it?
Here we are going down Arrow Passage. We were heading to a little
Arrow Passage
bay called Waddington Bay. So we had to go down around the bottom of the island and come back up the other side to get into Waddington Bay. You can see ahead the passage is quite narrow, but it's obviously very deep because the water there is very deep.
This is us inside there now, going in. It was quite narrow, but it was well protected.
Yeah, it was a small kind of circular little bay. There were 2 Nordhavens. They were rafted up together because we heard that one of the Nordhavens had lost his anchor, or the use of his anchor, I can't remember. So they didn't want to leave and go home. They just rafted up with their buddy boat.
I think there was a Fleming there as well.
And there was a Fleming. And then we stayed for, 2 or 3 days. It was nice.
This is us leaving. From here we negotiated our way out and headed up to Quatsi Bay, which was a little bit further north and a little bit further inside the Broughtons. Always a spectacular view though.
Quatsi Bay was another kind of a little bay inside.
Not so little.
Okay. But it was also like very protected. You had to go in and around the corner to actually see it. There was beautiful rock cliff faces on the way in, and there was only one boat when we arrived. So we picked our anchor spot and were joined not much later by a couple of other boats.
Some of them stern tied. However, we were anchored. Again, another Fleming showed up as well, actually.
Yeah, we launched the dinghy and went for a ride around. We went for quite a long dinghy ride.
Yeah, we went outside into the channel. We went to find another spot. In fact, it was some pretty strong currents out there.
Yeah, it was very beautiful though.
After Quatsi Bay, we left and decided we were going to go up the night inlet in the hope of seeing some grizzly bears. It was a spectacular ride up that night inlet.
We were heading to Glendale Lodge. Glendale Lodge is run by the First Nations people, and it's an exclusive lodge where you can view the highest concentration of grizzly bears in the world. They allow private boats to come in and anchor, but they ask you to please not get in the way of their paying guests when they're viewing grizzlies. So that put us on the back bench, and we had limited views of the 2 grizzlies that were there at the time. 3 grizzlies, a mother and 2 cubs.
Yeah, we took the dinghy for a nice spin as well. After Glendale, we headed out. More fog again as we headed out and started to make our way down towards Campbell River and Comox. And here we were going down the Johnson Strait, which was a mixture of fog and lots of boats around as well as we made our way south.
At least the weather in the Johnson Strait was nice for us because it can be quite snotty there.
It was actually very snotty on the way up, so this was a lot calmer. As you can see, a lot calmer. We had quite a bit of traffic, sailboats, etc. We were timing our arrival for the Seymour Narrows, which was pretty much a non-event as we went through.
Yeah, totally benign.
And yeah.
Just left Campbell River.
We went into Campbell River for a couple of days, and then we made our way down to Comox, where we were going to have some work done. We decided to upgrade our cameras, and we'd met somebody who could do that work. So we came into Comox, and we were very fortunate to get a slip through another 64 who happened to be there. So here's two 64s facing each other. Comox is very beautiful. We went for some lovely walks there, didn't we?
It's a lovely little coastal town.
Yeah. We went for some nice walks. There were a lot of ducks.
A lot of ducks, yeah. And a nice supermarket within walking distance with the best fresh bread and bread rolls that we've had anywhere.
Oh, is it? Okay.
This is early morning, the ducks come out.
Anyway, Brad and what was the other guy's name? They came down and we spent a week trying we did get rid of a lot of the coax and put in IP-driven cameras.
This is what happens when you try and put new cameras in a 20-year-old boat. Yeah,
right?
18, 19-year-old boat.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. It's not for the faint of heart.
The camera work was done. We left Comox and headed south, heading back towards Anacortes. It was a great day. We did stop on Hornby Island overnight. Lots of seals as we left, as you can see.
These are the famous Fanny Bay oyster beds. You can get oysters all over the world that come from Fanny Bay, and these are the oyster beds. And then there's also this ferry that crosses to the island on a cable, so it's got like a traffic light, and when the ferry's crossing you have to stop and wait for it to cross. This is a tug and tow. This tug is pulling both of these massive barges. It's some mining material. We didn't figure out exactly what it was.
We left Hornby Bay early in the morning, and this was the traffic that we encountered as we headed down to Port McNeil Pass here to get inside and out of the Georgia Strait. It was also very busy with a number of sailboats, one of which was trying to sail the way through there. Not this particular guy, but
coming down from the port side.
Next stop, Friday Harbour Customs Dock. We got inspected by Customs when they asked us to come into Friday Harbour so that they could inspect us. So we decided to stay the night. And ahead you can see our friends Giramondo, a familiar boat shape for us, another 62.
Indeed.
This ferry just called us, they were ahead of us, and they just called to say that they're making an unscheduled stop. And, at Lopez Island. So we are now going around them.
decided to blow the tubes good and hard before we docked in Anacortes. As you can see, many hours at low RPM resulted in a bit of a soot build-up, so we needed to clean the tubes out. Fortunately, the air blew away from Giramondo. But there we are, back in Anacortes. Thanks for watching. See you next time for the refurbishment phase 2 of N6401.